Melanites, what they do. This is your boy GT.
And I'm Kymmy Cocoa.
And we are your hosts for Innovative Black Stations Connecting the Dots.
Yes.
And basically what we're going to talk about today on Let Me Put You On Game is the NSA. And if you're not familiar with the NSA, that is the National Security Agency. And according to CNN, they are conducting surveillance on more than 100,000 foreign nationals outside the U.S. If you're not familiar with the NSA 702, surveillance allows the NSA to legally monitor emails and phone calls of foreign nationals outside of the U.S. Kim, how you feeling about that?
I mean, I think it's good. They're already doing it, right? But it gives them the authority to like read emails and stuff. So just like we were talking about last episode about the Russians, and welcome back. You missed the last episode, but the last episode we talked about the Russians and how they impacted the election by buying ads on Facebook and stuff like that.
Right.
And when the NSA, passed or put that out, they want to be able to continue to do that, but it's expiring. So they were voting on whether to renew it or not.
But that sounds like the same thing that the FBI been doing for years, since like Dr. Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy.
Well, I think it was like the CIA or whatever, and they did it. It was supposed to be a secret. We weren't supposed to know that they were doing that.
Right.
But ever since 9/11, like the Patriot Act and all that stuff, they keep continuing to pass laws that give them the authority to continue to monitor emails and phone calls.
Okay.
And each section and each part of the law covers a different thing. Like some of them cover phone calls, some of them cover emails. But it's coming up for renewal, and they're voting on whether or not.
Are they video watching you too? Is that something that they're doing?
There was a movie I saw once, and it was debating whether or not they were able to do that. It was really good, but some people put tape on their laptop because they think you can see them and they can see you.
That's kind of foul. What about people who be watching like Pornhub and stuff?
Well, that's how people get busted, and that's how people get caught with like child pornography. Whenever you Google, like when you Google nasty stuff, you have to be careful, because even if you do commit a crime, when they take your stuff, they go through your stuff. They go through your email. They'll say, like, for instance, somebody tried to kill somebody with poison, and they'll go in their laptop and say, hey, they Googled poison. When they do those investigations, and they come back and say, they come back and say, and that's why you have to be careful on social media what you post, because they will take your shit and analyze everything you said. And even like in those songs, and people talking about like, people get caught up in stuff like that, and that's exactly how, because they monitor you.
Wordplay, got to do it like Jay-Z. Notice how Jay-Z slick say stuff when he make his music. Right.
So they use scare tactics, what I mean, to justify passing these laws. Right. But some of them is legitimate. I mean, you do want to know who's doing what, but
absolutely, I agree. But don't you think that as a U.S. citizen,
the Section 702 is for to collect emails from companies. And remember, they were trying to collect data from Facebook, Twitter, and stuff like that. But this is like, say, for example, like your insurance company, or somebody's like emailing a business proposal or something like that to a U.S. company. So they want to be all up in everything. I mean, but you just have to move everything you do. You have to take into consideration that somebody's watching you. That's just the time that we live in. There's no such thing as privacy.
But I don't even think a lot of younger people even know about this. You know what I mean? Like, people in general. Just people in general, I don't think know about the National Security Agency and about the 702.
Well, I think
in that regards,
amongst our community, there's just this unspoken rule, like, somebody's watching us, or somebody's looking.
Big brother,
right? But that's oh so real right now. So you really have to just be careful. Don't implicate yourself in anything. You have to always take into consideration the fact that somebody could be watching you, and not for the right reasons.